everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of a series of my first ever series on this channel called My Unfiltered Opinions. Just a simple series where I'm going to talk about different topics, no softening my words, just saying exactly what I think, because I like my opinion to be known, if you couldn't tell. So this first episode is about feminism. I'm a feminist, and loud about it. And if that single word has you shifting uncomfortably already, ready to type on your little keyboards, good. Stay here. So I'm not here to hold anyone's hand or pretend this is a polite debate. I'm here to just lay it all out about why feminism is non-negotiable, especially in 2026. And that if you're not a feminist, you're part of the problem. So let's cut straight to it. Feminism isn't some trendy add-on or like a feel-good hashtag. It's the demand that women are safe in their own homes, on the streets, at work, and in their own bodies. And in this world, right now, the numbers are screaming that we are nowhere near where we should be as a society. For the year ending March 2025, it was estimated that 3.8 million people aged 16 and over experienced domestic abuse. And that breaks down to 2.2 million women. 1 in 4 women have experienced it since they were 16. 9.1% of those women were in England and here in Wales. These aren't abstract numbers. These are women living in fear every single day, often behind closed doors, and often from men who are supposed to love them. But it gets heavier. The Femicide census shows that on average, a woman is killed by a man every 3 days. In the past 12 months, 108 women were killed by men. And I know people like to try and play it off like it's always a stranger in a dark alley. But more often than not, it's a partner, it's an ex-partner, son, father. And actually in the past 16 years, we've had the highest rate of sons killing their mothers. Sons suspected in nearly 1 in 5 of those killings. Strangulation was used in hundreds of cases along those records, often as a method of control before the final act. Non-feminists love to call these isolated tragedies or domestic disputes. Bollocks! This is a pattern, and we're in a system that allows it to happen. And then there's sexual violence. And this is the part that makes a lot of people squirm because it forces us to look at everyday men. It was estimated that 1.9% of people aged 16 and over have experienced sexual assault, including attempts. That's around 900,000 people. For women, that's 3%. 739,000 women in 1 year. Police recorded over 209,000 sexual offences. Rape offences hit record highs in recent figures. Tens of thousands reported. And here's the truly uncomfortable bit that non-feminists tend to dodge. The vast majority of these crimes never see justice. Charge rates for rape hover around 2.8% once recorded. That means for every 100 rapes the police actually log, fewer than 3 result in someone being charged. Most cases never even make it to court, but all you'll hear these men cry about is of false accusations. They can ruin the man's life. Oh, boo-hoo. Women report they get questioned on their drinking, on their clothing, on their sexual history, while the man's future gets protected at every turn. The system is built to shield perpetrators. The court delays can stretch into years. And again, non-feminists like to pipe up with, what about the false accusations? What about men's issues? Mate, the real epidemic is the thousands of women whose lives are ruined because the men who hurt them face almost no consequences. I'm done pretending this is balanced. Every time you say not all men, without acknowledging the fact that the system absolutely does protect the ones who do harm, You can act like you're a neutral, but you're just complicit. Too many of you are way too comfortable and happy to enjoy the rights that our mothers and grandmothers clawed out. The right to vote, to have our own bank account, control over our own money, the right to work in different jobs, the jobs that we choose, the right to not be legally owned by a man. But the second we demand actual safety and accountability, you're really going to cry that it's too far, or change the subject entirely. Feminism names this violence what it is, a feature of patriarchy. And you're still refusing to call yourself a feminist in the big 2026? You're choosing comfort over the lives of all the women that are being killed and assaulted around you. Remember, those numbers include the women that you claim to love. Mother, sisters, aunties, your friends, co-workers. They're in those numbers too. So don't sit there and claim to love them and care about them when you're not even a feminist. When you won't even do anything about the violence that they are facing, the sexism that they face on a daily basis, the harassment. If you won't stand alongside them, helping to protect their rights, you do not love them. You do not care about them. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for now. I've done a lot of yapping, which I like to do, but I've got things to do. So to the feminists watching, it would be nice to see your own unfiltered opinions. We need more of you speaking up. There is not enough, nowhere near enough. So either drop in the comments and make your own video. So yeah, feminism isn't optional. It's a necessity because the violence is very real and it's every day. If that makes you feel defensive and ready to type your comment out, ask yourself why. Why is that? What have you done? Come on. It's a safe space, yeah. Like, come on. We've got to do better. So drop your thoughts in the comments. The ones that matter, not the whataboutisms. Hit subscribe. Like it. Share it, especially. Want more people talking about this. Need this to spread. This series will be different topics, not just feminism, but I will do more on feminism itself. It'd be nice to have some ideas on topics. I've got a few listed down. The topics that people tend to shy away from. So I've got stuff on like being pro-choice, religion, that's always a big one. Anything else, let me know. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da!